Hey, if you like blueberries in muffins and you like blueberries in pancakes, then why not like your blueberries in a glass of wine? Hi, I'm Charles and welcome to DIY Fermentation, your site for doing fermentation on a shoestring budget. Of course, as always, if you like what you see here, please click on the subscribe button and I will try and do one of these once a week. Also, any items used in this video, you can find in the links to those in the comment section below. Okay, to make this blueberry wine, we will be using 3 pounds of blueberries, about a gallon of water, wine yeast, we're using Premier Blanc. Pretty much you can use anything you want, whatever you have on hand. 1 lemon, 1 tea bag, 4.5 cups of sugar. We'll be using straining bags. This is purely optional. Pectic Enzyme, which is also again optional. Campden Tablets, which again optional. French oak chips, which again optional. We need something to ferment it in. Airlock and stopper. The ever-present hydrometer. And before anything got started, definitely we had star sands to get everything nice and ready. Once all that's all said and done, nice big fermenter to ferment it in. To get this process started, I have decided that since I am in no great hurry, I'm going to go ahead and macerate these berries in the 4.5 cups of sugar. Let's get that in there. Stir it in pretty well. All we need to do now is just go ahead and cover it up for the next several hours and let the sugar do its thing. That 1 gallon of water that we had, I poured off about 4 cups or about 1 liter and set that aside in case I need it. I then took about roughly 1/4 cup and use that to make our really strong tea that we'll be using as our tannin substitute. As far as our berries are concerned, those have been macerating overnight and they look pretty good. What I want to do now is I want to pour the berries in the hot water, boiling water. And since our tea is still hot, minus the tea bag, I'm going to pour that in there too. Give that a little bit of a stir. And all we need to do now is wait for it to come down to room temperature, which is going to take a little bit longer because putting the lid back on. So we'll see it in about a couple of hours. It's now been a while. Our blueberry juice has now cooled down quite a bit to room temperature. We now want to transfer our berry juice into our fermenter. Before we can actually pour these berries directly into the fermenter. go ahead and tie this off. Okay. Now we also had squeezed that juice of a lemon, so we may as well go ahead and add that to the mix. And I want to give that just a little bit of a stir. The next thing we want to do is add our yeast. No, scratch that. The next thing we want to do is we're going to take a hydrometer reading. And then following that, then we want to add our yeast. After taking that gravity reading, I decided to add 2 cups of water from the water that we had left over, just to bring my level up to about 4 liters, just over 1 gallon. The only thing that we need to do now is that we need to add our yeast. And again, adding your yeast is an individual thing. If you want to bloom it first, go right ahead. If you want to do as I do and simply sprinkle it around, more or less evenly, go for it. If you want to stir it up after that, you can go for that too. But me, I'm just going to leave mine the way it is. Go ahead and put my cap on. And then from there, zoom out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and place it on the counter where it's relatively dark. I mean, there's no direct windows or in my kitchen, so it can get pretty dark in here. And leave it alone for the next week. Every day for the next 3 days at least, I'll go ahead and give it a stir. Make sure everything is properly mixed up. Everything's getting a little bit of oxygen. But after that, leave it alone again for that remaining of that week, and then we'll put it in our carboy and start letting it go in from secondary fermentation. Every month or so, we'll rack it until the wine becomes clear, and then we'll bottle it. Anywhere from 6 months to a year, your wine is ready to drink. Okay, we don't have any new members to report this time around, dang it, so we're just going to get right to it. Now then, some of you might have noticed 9 months. Hey, wait a minute. I thought you did 6-month taste testings. And you would be right. Unfortunately, at 6 months, I just forgot about this batch of wine. There were 5 bottles and it just got overlooked. This 6-month put in about December and I was already crunch time with Christmas and all of that. So yeah, this one just got overlooked. But it's never too late to do it again. So we're going to do it again. 9 months. All right, let's get right to it. Couple of things. I've already looked, but there is no sediment at the bottom of the bottle, which is always a good thing, in my opinion. Let's see, born date 6/2020. ABV was 13.3%, so didn't create any rocket fuel. This is more along the lines of your standard range for alcohol by volume. I don't need glasses. Let's get right to it. It's already been back sweetened some time ago. I'm noticing a fair amount of bubbles, small bubbles coming up. So I do believe this is going to be a sparkling wine. Wasn't intentional. Still working on that video to intentionally produce a sparkling wine, but this just tells me that I didn't degas it as properly as I should have. And since it didn't pop the cork and it didn't break the bottle, I'm assuming that there's just not that much CO2 buildup in this bottle to cause concern. I'll have to take another look at my other bottles to be sure of that. But getting right to it, I think I I like these green bottles that I used for this batch of wine. See if I can get my hands on some more of these. You might be able to see it, but there's quite a bit of foam at the top. Pour a decent glass here. All right. Even though it's a bit of a dark wine, it is clear, which is a good thing. You can smell the alcohol just a little bit, so it's no big deal there. Can't really smell the blueberries all that much. If at all, you can definitely smell that alcohol just a bit. All right. All right, let's see what I have created. Couple of things. I like that little fizz as it goes down your throat. The bubbles aren't large enough where you would really call it. It's not like champagne or anything like that. It's a light fizz. It's a light fizz. I have no problems with sparkling wines. Actually, I like them quite a bit. In terms of flavor, it's got a deep. The flavor is pretty deep. It's not washed out. It's not watery. You can taste the berries in this one, which is what I like. I think I've noticed that about the red wines is that you can actually taste the fruit a lot more than you can with the white. Most of the whites that I've done. In terms of sweetness, I back sweetened it so that it was, it's semi-dry, which surprisingly is how I like mine. I like the fact that it's got that good body to it. In terms of relative viscosity level of the wine, it's not, like I said, it's not thin, but it's not syrupy at all. No, it's not syrupy at all. It's got good flavor. It goes down smooth. But even at 9 months, I still have to say that I can still taste that slight bit of harshness on the back end, which is telling me that at 9 months, I intend to finish this bottle tonight, but at 9 months, it's not quite done. I think at 1 year, the 1 year mark for this blueberry wine should be just about right. So another 3 months should do it. You can start passing it around, as it were, and enjoy a pretty decent blueberry wine. Surprisingly. It's funny the things you find out when you start making your own wine. You never really know what to expect when you do something for the first time. But for blueberry wine, with this, would I add this to the rotation once everything is all said and done with regards to this channel when I'm just making wine for myself? Yeah, I would put this on the list of wines that I would make again so far. We'll find out in 12 months. Hopefully in 12 months or in 3 more months, just where this wine stands amongst the others. I think I need to create like a top 10 list of wines that I've done so far. And then I won't say a bottom 10 because there are only a few that I just really have my doubts about. But the bottom 3, I think, is what I'll do. I'll create a list of that at some point. But again, short video, blueberry wine, 9 months old. I'm not complaining. As far as that being a sparkling wine versus a non-sparkling wine, hey, if you don't degas your wine properly, this is going to be one of the possible results that you'll get. Again, sparkling wine video some point, don't know when, but yeah, at one point I'm going to try and intentionally make a sparkling wine. So there you go. Blueberry wine. Hope you enjoy.